Hey guys, it's Dave, your mortgageguy.com. And in this video, I'm going to go over if the termite report for your VA loan is a problem and even how to read it. But before I do, please subscribe to my YouTube channel to keep up with more videos like this. So when it comes to getting a VA loan, a termite report is going to be required, otherwise known as a WDI, wood destroying insects report. And now it's not required on FHA or conventional, but if termites are mentioned in the appraisal report, this may be required for those loan types or documentation that's been treated or removed or any of those things. When it comes to the termite report, many lenders have always said that it cannot mention anything conducive. Conducive would be anything that could lead to even termites. The house may not even have termites, but if the soil is too high, a tree is too close. If the inspector who is doing this report mentions those things and that report is submitted to the lender, those items have to be resolved. So the soil would have to be lowered, or the tree would have to be removed. That can be a pain. So a clean termite report is really what you want to be getting. If it has termites and it gets treated, you still need a clean report after that. So something to keep in mind that just getting it treated by itself is not the answer. The truth of the matter is, forever, lenders have gone off of that if the termite report mentions anything conducive, it must be addressed, or that report needs to be clean to not mention anything. This is actually not true.
He says it's not true.
When it comes to VA loans and underwriting, the underwriter wants to only really see if there's wood rot or if there is termites in the house. So if your lender is kind of denying the loan or putting you in a tough situation because those items need to be addressed and they're not, then know that there's other options out there for you. Now, let's dig into what a termite report looks like, how to read it, otherwise known as a wood destroying insect report. Depending on what state you're in, the form may look a little bit different. This is the one specifically that's used a lot in Texas. Okay, so up here is going to be the address, city, zip code, kind of general, cover your behind, here's what we reviewed, here's what we didn't review type of thing. Then in here again, the address, name of the inspection company. A lot of time the inspector that you're using is also going to be able to do this report for you. So not always a different individual. And then in here is going to be the type of construction, right? If they know of any treatment dates for the termites, things like that. Down here is going to be 9B is anything that was not accessible for them to check out. So maybe if it's a pier and beam home, it would be under the home itself. And then right here at 10B, conducive conditions included but not limited to. Look, they're going to name some things, right? But over here, wood rot, if that box is checked, for sure, that has to be resolved, which is going to be removing that wood rot and replacing it with fresh wood. So any of these other things, keep in mind, the lender themselves should not be requiring those items to be resolved, okay? And keep in mind, too, once the file has gone to an underwriter and they've seen this report, they're going to possibly want those things resolved if that's what they're going off of. But again, to remind you a million times here, it does not need to be resolved unless it's rotten wood or a current termite infestation. And then in here is, any type of mention of termites. If you see inspected address 11 A, B, C, D, dry wood termites, subterranean termites, carpenter ants, things like that. And then in here is going to be preventive measure or treatment and or correction of conducive conditions. That means they're going to make a suggestion. Hey, they could lower the soil. They could remove that tree. That's where they would put it. And the other thing too is there's always going to be a drawing or a sketch of the house. And so this one right here doesn't really mention anything because there was very little on this report. But if there was termites, they would be mentioning where they are in relation to the house. And that right there is everything you need to know when it comes to your termite report and getting a VA loan. Call or email anything, comment down below, and stick around for this next video. I think you're gonna like it. Thanks, guys.